Hey everyone, it's me, Laura, and welcome back to my channel. I am continuing on in my Beautiful Birds Design Team Project journal for Artymaze. And like I say, I'm using her Beautiful Birds kit. In the last episode, I created this little guest check that I decoupaged a napkin onto, and I thought it was pretty with this part of her page poking out. I did a little stenciling and sewing on it, and so that turned out really cute. And then I showed how I just kind of did a little stamping here and made these two little journal spots, and this is a fun little tree poem, and so I also sewed around that. So you can see how much the sewing really adds, in my opinion. Gonna move on, and we are going to, I've kind of done a little layout with this, and I'm going to put it together so it's more like a craft with me. I'm just trying to put some of these elements together. This is from the Dragonfly Dreams kit from Artymaze. I had this left over and never used it from my previous journal, and so that's just pretty. I'm kind of adding beautiful winged things in this journal. So here I have a little page there, and I took some pattern paper and glued it on top of some coffee dye paper, folded it over and cut it out so that I'm going to form a little flip up pocket here. Okay, so I'll glue it in just on the sides and at the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. See if I can just put a very thin stream on the sides. Don't want it to be too thick. And I'm just going to center that. I think that will fit. You know what? I think I'm not going to put the glue, and I do have a little time to take this off, I do believe. I don't think I'm going to put the glue on this one side, so let me take that off. Because I don't think my tag will fit in, so I'm going to just do like a little side tuck with it. So that's what I was going to do. And like I say, you do have a little bit of time to kind of get your glue off, because I realized that fast enough. And you can roll it off of your page too if you've put it on there and didn't mean to. So yeah, I had forgotten that's what I was going to do. And so all I'm going to do here is just put actually like that, and that way it's just going to be here at the bottom and here at the side, and that way my little tag will have room to kind of slide in because it's a little bit bigger than my pocket. This page is kind of narrow. So I'll just be tucking it in like that, and then this is a flip up for extra journal space. And then from the previous handout, the ephemera page, I'm still pulling fun little elements from, and I cut out these cute little birds right there and backed them with coffee dye paper. They have lines on them as little teeny tiny journal spots. And then this one here, I'm going to just ink it a little bit. I made a quote, or put my quote there. I'm going to make a pocket down in here. So I'm just going to, I just saw a little bit of white on the edge, so let me knock that off. And then I'm going to glue this down like a pocket, so I will go all the way around the sides on this one. And just a little thin stream. And I'm going to just center that. I did scallop with my trim, my little punch. I scalloped that bottom edge, so that would be pretty looking. And I'm just gonna make sure this is on here good and straight. And get that on. Okay, so that's gonna slide in that way, and then this flips up, and then here are just cute little bird tags for my little pocket. And then of course my quote says, "A dragonfly arrives and leaves like a change of mind." You know I love quotes, and so then we're just gonna punch a little hole in this tag here, and I'm gonna put a little ribbon on it. So let's do that. And it's just all the cute little details that make everything come to life. I might have to trim this ribbon down a little bit, but sometimes I make them too short, and so I don't like them too long, and so I tend to make them too short sometimes. But anyway, so that's not even. It's so funny because I never have a problem with this when I'm off camera. There really is something to cutting that camera on, let me tell you. And all of a sudden, mayhem. Anyway, let's try it again. Okay. There we go. And so I've got my little ribbon on there, and you know the ribbon just really adds. Got my cute little tags, my quote, and that is, I'm going to call that page done. Just a nice layout here. That's what I like to do. I am also, from the previous video, I didn't put the lace on it, and so I'm going to go on and do that for this particular layout. Because it just really, it's amazing what it adds. You can see just that plain edge, and it's pretty the way it is, but you know, I always like to add a little bit of the lace and ribbons and trims, and that just kind of finishes things off, in my opinion. So I will just put this down here. And I'm going to put it up at that edge. And you don't want that to get into the way of your fold. So just be mindful of that. So I just wanted to show you really quickly by doing that, just how much that finishes that off. As you can see, how pretty that is. It's kind of fun to see the little butterfly peeking from the other side also. So I'm not sure how I'll lay these out before I sew them in, but I may do that so the butterfly will peek out. And that's just so pretty, so pretty. So I just wanted to show you that. And then we've done that. And our little tuck there. And then that fun little thing we've already done in a previous video. And then we have this layout that I kind of wanted to work on. So I'll just tell you what happened. I was actually going to sew this bag on before I started this video, but my sewing machine does not seem to want to work. It's not letting me wind my, thread the bobbin. It's not letting me put thread on the bobbin all of a sudden. So I've just had that thing service, so I don't know what's going on there, but I can't make a journal without sewing. I gotta be able to sew. But anyway, I was just going to tell you what I'll do. What I was gonna do was I was gonna sew like a little zigzag. You could do a straight stitch, and I was just gonna do it straight down the page like that so that you could flip this bag backwards, you know. And that is what I will do. And so I know that I'll just do a very little small amount like that. So what I'll do, since I can't do that right now because of my machine, this, when you flip the bag open or flip the bag back, you'll be able to see the back. So, and then that shows all that journaling space. So what I'm going to do is decorate the back of this bag. So I wanted to do that, and I pulled a few items out. I have a quote. I have a little Dragonfly journaling card that I had already sewn. So I thought that would be pretty sitting here. And then I prepped a little pattern paper with some coffee dye paper on the back, and then I was going to do a little pocket here. And I thought, let me turn it this way because my flowers will be right side up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flush it to this side so that that will give me some sewing space. Or will it matter? Will it matter? I don't know if it'll matter. So, and then I was going to put the quote in. And I may do that on the back of some pretty paper. I'll pick out some paper for that quote. So, just trying, because normally I would want to sew that on first. And I don't want this pocket to get in the way of being able to fold, like, so if it's like this, you don't want, okay, so the sewing over here would be, I should flush it that way actually, because this is where it's going to be sewn. So that's what I'll do. I'll just flush it over to the right a little bit. Let's go ahead and I'm going to punch the top of that. That's what I'm going to do. So let's do that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll have to get this machine serviced if I can't get it working, and that's going to put me behind getting my journal done because I've got to be able to sew in my journals. It just makes a world of difference to me. So I just cannot believe my sewing machine. I went in and I sewed a few little items and it was fine. And then when I went to run the bobbin and change the color of the thread because I was going to put green, kind of a pretty green thread there, then it wouldn't work. So hopefully I can somehow get it going, or I'll have to just get it serviced, which is unfortunate. So since this will be sewn on this edge, because this is the front of my bag, I'm going, and if I open it, that's going to give that room to have a sewing stitch. So I'm going to glue this pocket flush with this edge. So that is what I'm going to do. Get in frame. I just wanted to stop in and like show a few little layouts and how I kind of pull things together to create pretty little page layouts and elements. So I'm just going to flush this and give that a little bit of room over here for my stitching. So we'll do that. And then this will fit in that pocket. And my little, I have my little quote. And I could always add another little journaling spot. I do always love to do that. And see, I'm kind of keeping in with the pinks because this layout, you don't have to, but it's got pink here and some pinks here, so I'm trying to keep into the pink. I guess I'll cut this off. I am going to pull this tag out so that that pocket doesn't glue that tag in. So I'm going to put this to the side for just a second. And let me cut this down a little bit. I had thought of keeping it as like a little tag, but I think I'm going to do another little journaling spot with it. I love to do that in my journals and just keep adding all kinds of little elements that will flip open and pop open, and so it's like every time you turn around there's more, you know. And you know, it's just the layering, keep adding things to your journal. I always say that the journal will tell you when it's done, because when you realize or get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to add anymore, I don't feel like adding anything else, then your journal is saying I'm done. And so I'm just going to glue this onto my pattern paper, and I will get it prepped and ready to be sewn in a future date. Like I say, I can sew on my machine, but I just can't change my bobbin color, so that's not good. Or change my bobbin color. So I'm just gonna do this here. And this is another fun little quote, and it's a dragonfly quote, and just says a little bit about the dragonfly, and I thought that would be appropriate with this pretty little dragonfly. That is a gorgeous journal card. So then I'm going to I'm going to eyeball this actually, and give myself a little extra space in case I'm not even, which I probably won't be. So I know myself. And then I'll trim it out a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is, if I do that, that'll be pretty good there. So I'm just folding that over. And there is more space on that, so I'm going to trim this out and try to get it about the measurement of the other side and make it even. And then of course more inking. There's a lot of inking that goes on. Like I say, you don't have to do it. I like to do it. It does take time, much more time than if you didn't, but it also just adds a more finished look to it. It's all in what you really want or what you care to do. And but yeah, there's a lot of time taken for inking, but I do like it. And then at all sides, yeah, and then that. So what I will do is I will end up sewing a little probably a zigzag stitch. I do like that. And then I have a little journaling spot there. So here we are with the back of our bag. We've decorated that. We've put our little quote there, and then I'll pull that up so you can see the dragonfly. So that's what you will see when you flip this bag backwards. You'll have more fun little elements there, okay? So the bag will, like I say, once I'm able to get that sewn on and with the right color, we'll do that. And I will sew around this as well, and I have already made that. Y'all may have seen me make that on camera, so put that in there. This was from her Dragonfly kit as well, and then this one, what you could do, and I'm still trying to decide, I may cut out some coffee dye paper, maybe 3 or 4 pages, and tie a ribbon around it and add some extra journaling space to it. So I'm still trying to make that decision. And the other thing that I wanted to make for this particular spread was just a little bit of collaging. So let me see if I can pull it together. I had already pulled some things out. I have like a little card catalog card there, and then I've got a little butterfly image from one of Andrea's freebies, but you can get flies in all kinds of kits. And then I have some torn paper here, and I'm going to do some sort of a little collage spot is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to this is some out of that little grab bag that I have of just little odds and ends and scrap pieces, and I just pulled out some old book page that I had left over from a project. I may get my ruler here and pull some of this off. It might be a little thick here on this side, so I'm gonna thin that down just a little bit with my tear roller. And I had a piece of torn music paper. Let me do that. Just ink that little edge. And then, so that little piece of scrap, and then I had this, and I might put that down. I don't know if it's so small, I don't know that I will tear that one. And then my butterfly. So what I was thinking, let's ink my butterfly. Is just kind of layering a little collage on this piece of, it's supposed to be vintage, but when I bought it, it was supposed to be vintage, but it's 1960 was when the book was written, so I don't know if that's retro or vintage, but anyway, so I guess I could ink my little paper here, my pattern paper also. And I'm going to put it under the words here because I want those to kind of show. And I was just going to layer my music paper here. Maybe put that higher. That. And I was going to put my words like over here. And I may add some more. Let's start getting some of this down because I'm not going to overthink this. I just want to do a cute little collage that has some pretty colors in it. Sticking out of that pocket just for something of interest. And so let me just kind of put that like that. And then my music scrap here. And I was going to put that like that. And then put that like that. And I wanted to put these numbers in because I just thought they were fun. So if I did that like that, and I might could put my numbers somewhere else. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe put my numbers here. See if I can tuck them under that a little bit. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that completely. If I put my numbers here, like that, I think I'll do that. So I will cut that right outside this. See, that's just a scrap pattern paper is all that is. So and then I did this and came in and put this. So I'm going to glue this first, kind of like that. So we'll do this one first. I love this glue because it just doesn't put too much out, and it just has kind of a good precision there with that little tip. So we'll do that like that, and then I'm going to come in with my old book page. And I'm going to come in like, kind of like that. And then put my butterfly, I can put him, I like my numbers showing. I could put him there. That might be cute. That's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna cluster it down at the bottom, but this is actually cute. Okay, that is cute there. Oh yeah. Now, do I want to center him or do I want him? Might want to center him. Okay, so he's cute. Oh. All right, and then let's see what else we can do. I think I have, I thought about putting this little stamp kind of around that. And if I do that, I will probably, if I do black ink, I think I'll probably blot it a little bit so it's not too strong and heavy. So let's try that. So if I blot it, and then that, ooh, that's fun. And maybe put, decisions. Need something down here. And that. Ooh, I like it. And maybe another one. Okay. I like it. I like to do things in threes. Threes or fives or odd numbers. And then I'll just blot the rest of my stamp off. I love that stamp. And let's do some inking just around the edges to give it a little more aging. So see, I just used a bunch of little scraps for that, and it's just as cute as it can be. You could even run like a little seam of sewing or whatever around that, but that is really cute. And then I had like a little ribbon that I hope I made it, I might just tie it on. So a little bit of seam ribbon, seam binding here. And let's just tie this into that little hole. I like these because they have that little hole, and it just invites you to tie some trim, ribbon, yarn, or something. And isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I think so. So what I was gonna do was just tuck this right in here like that, okay? And so there you have something. That's going to be, this will probably have a ribbon out of it. And then you'll open that up and have that little back to that. And then you've got that bag where you can put all kinds of little goodies in there and your little journal spots. So this will be a little page layout as well. I hope you like that. That was fun. That makes me just want to get a bunch of those and play. You can even do some more stenciling on the back or stamping on the back, which I may do that. And ooh, I love that. I did want to put that little bit of golden color in for the golden color in this little image there. So thank you again for joining me. Again, I'm trying to keep these short and sweet, and so I hope that I'm accomplishing that goal. And I will see you in the next episode as we work our way through this journal. Thank you, everyone. Bye.